Hey, it's Worth Playboy.
And my Playboys Bunny.
And welcome to our podcast where we discuss pickup, game, relationships, and...
Sex. Or how to shoot your foot out of sex.
Exactly. Yeah, how to shoot... Okay, so the topic is you pay. You pay for the date. We call it the cost of doing business.
Yeah.
Because I do get the question a lot of times like, should I split the bill or... Look, and again, we don't recommend dinner dates as a first date.
No.
Only after you started fucking should you be going out to dinner or really investing into this girl.
Well, it's truly something that she earns.
Yes.
Dinner, that's a nice date, and
Yeah.
that's an investment.
Yeah.
Even at lower echelon restaurants, that's an investment.
Yeah, and the why no dinner dates is a topic for a completely different podcast. But the point of
That
this
we've talked about.
Yeah, the point of this podcast, let's say drinks. You're going to feel her out or you're going to try to close on your first date. Of course. You pay. It's the cost of doing business. And I have never seen a guy split the bill on a first date with her being unaware that it went well.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, there's all 9 out of 10 comments in there was like, well, she really likes you, she'll pay, and all this. The vast majority of guys, this is not the exception. If you're the exception, if you have never paid for going out, and the girls always pay, and you're still getting laid just with the quality girls as often as you want, your system is working for you.
Yeah.
For the vast majority of men, they are fucking themselves every time they get kind of sketchy or they try to cheap out.
Yeah.
Or they're not even sure what you like. Because a lot of guys, they don't know that the feminist, we're equal and I'll take care of mine. That all goes out the window when you pick her up.
Right.
When you're out on a date, you're in charge.
Yeah.
But a lot of guys don't know.
Yeah.
They think, well, will I offend her? By paying her part, because guys are at that point where they like open the door for somebody and the girl like snaps at them.
Yeah.
So
it just sucks.
my job is to convey the best practices for the most men out there.
Exactly. We're talking to the grand generalization, not the few.
Yeah, the exceptions that prove the rule.
Right.
So it's not you. If you're listening to this podcast, it's probably you're the one that actually needs to pay.
Yeah.
And again, like a lot of people say, if you don't have the money to go out, that's fine. Bunny has a book that
cheap dates that don't feel cheap, that will still get you laid, and it's truly like a collection of roughly 25 dates that are pre-planned, that are all set up for you, that you just plug into your system and aren't going to break the bank. You don't have to make sure you're going at happy hour. You don't have to make sure that a sale is on. You don't have to make sure you have a coupon. You don't have to make sure that she only has one drink because you can't possibly afford for her to have 2 drinks. Cheap dates that don't feel cheap. Link is in the description.
Perfect. If you are out, just plan on spending some money. And usually we do a poll every once in a while, like how much does it cost to go out just for drinks where you're at. And usually it's anywhere between $100 to $200.
Yeah.
In
most cities.
Entertainment district. If you've got a dive bar or you're in college,
yeah,
you'll have a place that is more affordable.
Yes.
So don't let these numbers.
If you're in New York City, it's more
double.
expensive.
Yeah.
If you're in Miami, more expensive.
Yeah, or you can pregame. I mean, make it work for you, because that's not the point. My point is, it's the cost of doing business, because guys will shoot themselves in the foot, and my job is to get you from point A, where you approach her or get her information, to, in this case, to B, getting her out and not fucking it up.
Yeah. Closing the deal.
And just like, how do you pay? They simply bring the check. You say, hey, we're ready to close out. They bring the check. You just glance at it. There's no reason to study it. Give them your card. Tip them well.
Yeah.
Over tip, it's good programming. and off you go. Or a lot of guys are very smooth. When she goes to the bathroom, they'll close it out.
Yeah, which is
That
the
way.
best way to do it, really.
Exactly. But again, don't vacillate, don't hesitate, don't think about it too much, and don't study the bill. If they overcharge you, you can deal with it tomorrow morning,
Right.
or the next day. But that moment right then, that's why you don't want these things getting in your way. You want to be able to focus on running your game and moving her from that bar to your home and closing the deal.
Exactly. And from the girl perspective, you know, if a guy is, you know, making a big deal out, making a big production out of paying, number one, that's incredibly unsexy. Nothing is sexy about that. It's like you're grandstanding for something that we expected you to do anyway. So it's kind of, you know, it's kind of like rewarding what you're supposed to do, because that's good manners. Number two, if you want to split the bill, or if you allow her to pay, let's say she's like, oh no, I'll get it. And this is the first few dates. I'm not talking about like later on. There are always exceptions to this once you kind of get into a relationship. But that just means that, number one, you're friend zoned. Number two, she's in charge of the relationship. If she's paying, or if she's determining that you guys are splitting the bill, you don't have any power in this relationship whatsoever. So she chops your balls off when she contributes financially to those first few dates.
And let me convey, and this is an important thing. When you go to pay and she attempts to, she goes, well, hey, I can pay my half. Always intercede. Don't say yes.
No.
Just say, no, I've got it. If she insists, you can follow from there. But this is one of those American Western customs that guys don't know about. I mean, it's just, if she's been brought up right, she will be compelled to suggest that she pays.
Yeah.
You know, her half or whatever. But your job, but this is basic etiquette, is to say, no, I've got it.
And the best way is if she challenges that a second time.
Yeah.
If she says, well, let me get my half, or something along those lines, and you say, no, I've got it. If she challenges a second time and says, no, I insist, you know, it's only right, or something along those lines, the best response to that is, you get next time.
Exactly.
And that's true whether you like her, whether you plan on ever seeing her again,
Yeah.
or whether you're trying to just get out of there so you can run away.
Exactly. Either way. But again, these are small but consequential
Yes.
etiquette things, which is what I have in basic training 1 and 2.
Exactly.
It's the little things that you need to know, like make a reservation, know where to park,
Yeah.
have a plan. All of these little things that add up, that if no one has taught you, you don't know. And you have to learn the hard way. And usually every time you learn the hard way, you're fumbling something. Now,
Yeah.
make no mistake, girls are very forgiving. You know,
They can be.
They can be, but don't hope for
rely
that.
on
Yeah,
it.
don't rely on that, because not all are, and you can't predict.
Yeah.
So again, be prepared. It's the cost of doing business. It's what we do, and for you to be a player or a Casanova,
Or
it's
not castrated.
yeah, you want to take care of the numbers and the cash. So, if you guys like this video or like this,
Podcast?
go ahead.
If you like this podcast, please like, subscribe, share with your friends. We want you to win. Bye!